Welcome to Vibe Application RMF Step 3. So in the previous two demo videos, we've completed the categorization RMF Step 1, which completed a list of your controls as well as overlays and your information types. Then we went through RMF Step 2, which consisted of control tailoring and also then completing your testing documentation of what you're going to be testing in RMF Step 3. RMF Step 3, again, consists of the actual testing being conducted. Part of that is completion of your plans and policies. NIST RMF is very heavy with a lot of CCIs that are related directly to plans, policies, documentation, and best practices of the way system administrators or others do your information. Now, what we've done is we've taken every single control set and we've produced a plan or a policy with some simple questions asked that makes it you compliant with NIST RMF or non-compliant in certain areas. Each of these are mapped out for you automatically and are completed in the end, and you'll see how that goes. So we'll start off with the access control plan. What is the way you will disseminate this document to the command? And we'll say we're going to use SharePoint. Let's say automated management tools that we use at our command, LDAPs and TACX. Do you use additional attributes? Right now we're going to turn everything on this because I want to show you at the end how many controls are left. But sometimes you'll have no's in here and you don't do that, and those are accounted for as non-compliance later in the thing. So I'm going to pause right here, fill this documentation in. You'll see where it's got some simple separation of duties. Do you do that? Do you have them? Is there a separation there? Privilege access restrictions, implementation guidance again, to use wireless technologies, publicly accessible systems. By saying no, it's not always going to be a finding against you, but it will most likely help somewhere in your testing by saying that you don't do that. So it won't be needed, or it will be if it's something you should be doing. It'll be a finding, but the application itself is smart enough. Let me fill this in really quick and we'll be right back. After you get all your plans and policies done and those simple questions answered, it'll go into your compelling evidence. Now, compelling evidence is simple items like, do you have a data flow diagram, yes or no? Now, our system knows every single CCI that's mapped to those data flow diagrams. So again, we're going to go through and turn everything on because, again, I want to show you at the end what's left after you've said yes to everything and turned everything on, and we'll be right back after that. The next step is going to be your checklist and scans, which is going to be importing your STIG checklist. Let's go ahead and click on here. Let's say we want to import our checklist. We've done some checklists for examples in here. Now what this does is it actually parses all of your STIGs, all of your checklists, all of your scans, and it maps them to the correct controls and CCIs for non-compliance or non-applicables, or whatever you have in there. For right now, we're just going to say done. Don't have a demo necess file with me today, but that functionality still works also. And then final review, we'll click on in 1 second. All right, so what we're going to see again, I want to show you all RMF Step 3 again. We've completed all of our plans and policies. We've answered all of our compelling evidence questions. Now, an important thing about the compelling evidence questions is this is based on your actual CCIs and your control tailoring. So if you've made something non-applicable, we've already marked those CCIs, and if there was a question in our system for it, you won't be asked that question. Or if you've put something as inherited, again, that question will be gone. So this knows smartly which questions to add and which ones to take away. So the only questions will come with CCIs that need to be answered. Let's go into your checklist scans again and show that we've imported our checklists. Those have been done. And our final review. Now, if everything has been answered correctly and all of your compelling questions have been answered and all of your documents and plans and policies have been completed, at the end of the day, that would leave you 29 CCIs left to answer. That's with all plans, policies, checklists imported, nested scans imported, and everything else. That would take the workload from initial moderate, high system, which had 3,217 CCIs, 5 handled by your answers and questions, 3,188 of them with the plans, policies, documents, and that left you a total of 29 that you need to answer in here. And the questions are the same as any other test case. Let's show you here. Access enforcement, audited overviews. The organization employs an automated override of automated access control mechanisms under organized defined conditions. You're either compliant, non-compliant, or this is not applicable to you, and that's the only options that you have. So you can mark it as compliant. Let's say, how are we compliant? We use auto mex demo. Anything you do not answer in either this or the compelling evidence in RMF Step 4 when you produce all of your documents will now be non-applicable, or non-compliant. So let's take a look at this. This is your security controls testing report. We'll export that. This is also all of your plans and policies, and we'll export a plan and policy to show you that one. Show you how it looks, and let's do an access control plan. And open up these artifacts. Okay, let's start with the access control plan to show you how your plans and policies look after you've answered those plans and policy questions. So, of course, you'll get your command full name that we put in. You'll get the command logo that you put in, the department you selected, your access control plan, and you'll see that this is a ready-to-go, fully operational access control plan and policy. The first question that you had was of how you're going to disseminate the document. Be disseminated to command shortening by ISSO via test, and we put test as the answer into the question. Again, that just it fills in the document completely for you. All of the tables are in here also that you saw where you put yeses and nos for separations of duty, for other items. Those all get in here automatically for you, and all your plans, policies, and tables are here. Your security control testing report, again, we've made this ready to go for EMAS. So you'll notice that we've already filled in all of your information. So you're compliant per Tier 1 here. You're compliant per your access control plan, section 2.0. These CCIs are all mapped for you already to the actual plans, to the policies, and then also the information that you put in earlier in the document of who's doing this document goes in there, and the date you produce the document is already done. And again, the only non-compliance in this whole document would be any that you did not say you were compliant with. And that's that for step 3. Let's take a look at step 4 really quick, which is done automatically. Once you've completed RMF step 3 all the way through, step 4 is your POAM, your risk assessment report, and your risk aggregation report. Risk aggregation is something that we do for people that is a bonus, I guess you'd say, to provide, and I'll show you that really quick too. So let's get your RMF step 4 documents. And again, all of these are importable into EMAS. These are all done with EMAS in mind. And they're all automatically generated for you from all of the information that you put into the system. And let's take a look at those artifacts. So you can see your POAM is automatically filled in for you. It's got all of your values you need. If you happen to have mitigated any of your checklist, the mitigation statements will be in there. It's already counts for those. It's got where you get them from, and also, of course, it's got all of your host names. This is already ready to import into EMAS, and this should go in with no validation errors. Your risk aggregation report, again, from everything. We're going to come to the risk aggregation. Risk assessment report is ready to go, too. This is ready to be provided to anybody. You'll see that you have every field that needs to be filled in completed all the way across. Your own SCA might ask for any additional for technical mitigations or impact descriptions, but that's case-by-case basis. But this is, for the most part, completed on your behalf, and this is accepted by most SCAs. Now, the risk aggregation, what we were talking about, was what this tells you is a percentage of how good or bad you are. So you might have a bunch of findings, but they might be spread out over 20, 30 hosts, which means that it might not be as bad as it looks. Well, what this basically does is says that, hey, we have 12 open Cat 1 findings, but we had a possible 94 based on the number of hosts we had. And with that number in mind, we only have 12.4% on this individual item. Then we have 4 open Cat 2s on this STIG with a possible, 673. That's less than 0.59%. In Cat 3s, we had 4 open, possible 52, 7.69. So total percentage of 2.44% of the STIG open. That's really a minor concern for this STIG, but it gives the numbers in a more readable format to explain where the findings are and whether, they're concerned or not concerned, and why, if they should be a high-level concern. And that's it. That's everything in all of your documents and artifacts that you need to turn in for an accreditation. Other than, of course, your data flow, topologies, ports, protocols, and services, but that's all stuff you do outside of this application and would need to register on your own and have different registration processes. Well, I hope you enjoyed the demos and look forward to hearing from you all. Thank you.